Hey everybody, so I know I just posted about the karaoke thing, but this is a feel-good story of the day, okay? If you need a feel-good story, here it is. So I swung by this flea market, because I love a good flea market, in Irvington Flea Market, if you know it, and I haven't been here in years. It's only open on Saturday and Sunday, that's it. And I found a couple of things. I got Sugar Hill on VHS, if you remember that movie with Wesley Snipes. And I love books. And I found a book called Major American Short Stories. And it's apparently the third edition. And I'll have a picture. Yes, it's a massive book. And I found it when I was kind of heading to the exit. And it's set up a little differently. At the other flea markets, you know, you just take all your stuff and you go up to the main checkout line to check out. But this one, like, you pay the vendors at their booths, okay? So there was a guy who was sitting in there playing solitaire, and I, peeped in. Like, I looked through this, okay? I looked through the book to see, like, some of the stories and the authors. Let me tell you. This book, I think, was printed in like the 90s, like 1994, like the original edition or something like that. But it has Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Zora Neale Hurst, Alice Walker, James Baldwin, okay, like Mark Twain, like so many incredible authors. And I was an English major in college. So this is just like right up my alley. Like, I love, especially the Edgar Allan Poe ones. Oh my gosh, I have like a whole Edgar Allan Poe book. But this one has like The Fall of the House of Usher, which is like my favorite story ever. And anyway, long story short, if you buy this at a bookstore, it's going to be a decent amount, you know what I mean? To get something this big, this, huge, with all of these incredible authors. There's so many authors in this book, and I'm so excited to see it, that I found it. And I asked the gentleman, he was sitting playing solitaire, and I said, is this your booth? And he was like, yes. And I asked how much this book was. And he just looked at me and he said, take it. And I was just blinking like, sorry? And he's like, just take it. And I was like, are you serious? And he said, yeah, it's fine. And I was like, take it. He was like, yeah, just take it. It's yours. Just take it. And I just stood there, like, in awe, really. And I immediately got emotional. Because y'all know I get emotional. I'll be crying and stuff. So kindness makes me emotional. Like, I will cry instantly if someone does it. Like, I'm tearing up again. Like, I immediately started tearing up when he said that. And he said, I give away stuff, sometimes just to help people out. It doesn't matter, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I said, okay, do you have like a Cash App maybe where I can give you like $1 or $2, something? And he was like, nah, I'm not worried about that. And I was like, this is amazing, because, I told him I went to college, at Franklin and everything, and I was an English major, and so I just love a lot of English literature. And he just said, just take it, it's yours. And I was just like, oh my gosh, so I was just overwhelmed by that kindness. And, I asked him his name. He said his name was Phil. So shout out to Phil, and he's a veteran. And he shook my hand. And I told him, my name, I'm Tiffany. And I said, thank you so much. This is so kind of you. Thank you. And that was that. Like, and listen, oh my gosh, see, I'm getting emotional. I know there's a lot, in our, that we see in our 3D, you know what I mean? One thing, and I that's 100% valid for you to feel how you feel. I'm not invalidating anything. I just want to remind everyone that everything has balance, right? You can't have one thing without the other. So I know there's some people who demonstrate a lot of cruelty in this world. And there's also just as many people who demonstrate incredible kindness. So sometimes it's hard for us to look for kindness, or look for the light when it seems like you're surrounded by the dark. Because it definitely seems like you have to physically look for it, right? But I would challenge you to to seek out the light, right, in people, in things, in environments, and because it exists at the same time, and it's there. Just because your room is dark doesn't mean that the light switch isn't still there on the wall. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to find the light switch in your room is lit up. So there are genuine, kind people in this world. Like, obviously this man didn't know me from a can of paint, you know what I mean? And he just, like, it did, nothing mattered in that beautiful exchange. Age, race, gender, probably political beliefs, whatever. Nothing mattered other than two human beings having a genuine exchange. And I live for those moments. And they do make me emotional because I love it when people demonstrate kindness. Like, I love it so much. And I know you're probably like, girl, it's a book, okay? But it's the principle. Look how big this book is. It's the principle. He did not have to. He easily could have charged like $5 or $10 for this book. Like, but he just said, take it. It's super heavy and I'm excited about it. So I just wanted to leave you all with that. Just, kindness does still exist. There are genuine good people in this world. Even if sometimes it doesn't seem like it, they have to exist in order for us to see the contrast, because you can't have one without the other. So I hope this story put a smile on your face, if nothing else. And you all have a great rest of your weekend.